Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Paul K. Lemire. This is HABSOLUTELY, coming to you live from the studios of 4680Q, downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. And John, I can hear the crying all the way from here, from Buffalo.
Bonjour, mon ami. Comment ça va aujourd'hui?
Ça va bien.
C'est très bien aujourd'hui.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can hear them crying from Buffalo. They're still crying. Lindy Ruff's whining like a little baby, but that's what he was like when he was a player. He was always whining. He had that Gerber baby, the crying look on him.
Buffalo, they never couldn't get a break.
Is that one of those go Buffalo?
They could never get a break, and they were playing the wrong team.
Well, yeah. Hey, guess what?
They were playing the wrong team. Kudos to their fans for finally staying for the end of the game.
Yeah, that was something. I was
really
shocked.
Finally staying to the end.
You know what?
And you know what? The Buffalo team deserved that. They really did.
They did.
They had a good season. They totally deserved for their fans to stay and acknowledge them. So
I think
that was nice to see.
I think Buffalo as a team had a fantastic season, and their future is bright. They have a decent team. That series really could have went either way, and at the end of the day, Habs won it, but Buffalo is going to be up there battling with us for a few years. They got a nice team they put together, a couple pieces they may need, a little bit of experience, maybe a little bit better goaltending, which we got.
They have a young goaltender who can easily grow.
Yep. So it's going to be interesting to see them. It's unfortunate they got to wait 82 more games before they can get to the playoffs again.
But let's face it.
You know what? It is what it is.
Montreal pizza tastes better than Buffalo wings.
Well, I guess so.
Okay?
I guess so. But
that's all I know.
It took me 71 minutes and 22 seconds before I could breathe again on that last game. And what a show the Habs put on in Buffalo. Highs, lows,
great first period.
Hold your breath hockey until a guy, the Newhook. Who?
Alexander Newhook.
Alexander Newhook, the Noof. He's a Noofy.
I can remember vividly when Montreal brought him to Montreal, and he came in early, and he was hanging around in the dressing room, and he was doing all sorts of press and publicity right from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
Getting to know Cece and Susie. Right away, you knew he was like of that ilk. You know what? And patiently, we've been waiting to see, is he really of that ilk? And he's had some tough times with injuries.
Yep.
He's been plagued a little bit by injuries, but wow.
Yeah, Newhook, the leading scorer on the Habs in the playoffs.
Wow.
Not Caulfield.
And
not Slafkovsky.
And what can we say about Alexander Newhook that he's done that no other player on today's Montreal Canadiens team has done?
Well, he scored a goal to win a Game 7, and then he scored a goal in overtime to win another Game 7.
And not only that, he's the only Stanley Cup winner
on the team. Yeah, how about that? I forgot about that.
He's the only Stanley Cup winner on that team. He knows what it's like.
We love
to lift that Stanley Cup.
We love our Newfoundlanders. We love
our Canadians, okay?
Yeah.
Wow, last night I thought we were in for a big storm, too. I thought we were going to get like a tornado.
Oh, yeah?
But I think it happened in London, Ontario instead. It didn't happen here.
Oh, yeah.
But now we're going to have a hurricane.
Oh.
Now we're going to get a hurricane.
It's really funny that you said that. Because I haven't read this to you yet.
What's that?
We got a comment from one Gary Cornwoy, 9031. I haven't got to the comments yet.
Love Gary.
But since you said that, here's what Gary's comment. I laughed my head off when I saw it this morning, but I hadn't shared it with you. I was going to do it in the comments, which we're going to get into. He says, "Good morning, fellas. We went through a lightning storm, being chased by buffaloes, and now we are heading into a hurricane. Us Canadians are a resilient bunch. Go, Habs, go."
Well said, Gary, but last night we almost had a tornado.
Yeah, For real.
For real.
For real here, right? But I laughed my head off because, you know, this team is got to be the hardest working team in the playoffs. I'm serious. They don't give up. They never give up, no matter how bad the times get. You know, you think when they get beat 8-3, they're going to come back and it's going to be no. They come out and score 2 goals right away.
You know, I love getting beat. Like, if I'm going to get beat, beat me. You know what I mean? Like, beat me.
It.
It's like, you know, like,
Beat it.
you know, if you're a secret agent, like, okay, you got me, beat me. You know, let's get it over with, right? So, you know, it's really tough when you lose. Like Buffalo lost in overtime, 3-2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough loss. You get beat 8-3, you go, okay, we know we got to do something better next game. There's obviously we weren't playing well. Let's fix this. Let's do it.
Yeah, there's something better on the horizon.
It didn't bother me losing badly in Game 6.
Yeah, there you go. And it didn't bother the team, I guess, because we're going to Carolina.
It's 1 game out of 7.
That's it.
You got to win 4.
You got to win 4. That's it. So you notice I'm wearing my black jersey today, right? My black Habs
I figured you were going to the Yale Center and practicing hockey later.
No. What I'm doing is wearing it in honor of our Black Aces.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Well, the Black Aces are the guys they called up from Laval, Engstrom,
Right.
Reinbacher, Owen Beck, and Florian Jacki to practice with the team and be inserted if they need to insert them. So the Black Aces are there. They're all good players. They all can fill in if we need them.
And they're playing with guys like Kapanen as well.
Yes.
Who really didn't see a lot of ice time on Game 7.
Yeah, and that was really weird. I mean, why bother bringing them up or putting Arbor Jacki in if they're going to play a minute? To me, that's stupid. Why not bring a guy on the bench that you can put in for 10 minutes and might get like Florian Jacki? He might get a goal.
Well,
or Reinbacher, who, you know, if he's only going to play him a minute, how much harm can he do? A young guy, he might even excel.
Absolutely. And
why
we've seen that. I mean, and why not bring Galley back? Because we know you bench Galley for 4 games before the playoffs. First game back, he scored a goal. You benched him for the first 4 games of the Series 1. Game 5, he scored a goal. Like, I'd be banking on Galley for a goal every time I bring him back.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, why bring players and put them in? Like, they took Valeno. Then they insert Kapanen and they play him for 3 or 4 minutes.
And everybody thought it was a brilliant move because they were going on about, well, Kapanen has fresh legs.
Yes,
and Kapanen was
almost
he had a great rookie season, yada yada yada. But you can't see his fresh legs if he's sitting on the bench.
You know, Marty, is he going to go with 5 defensemen now? I mean, is that what his plan is?
Buffalo went with 5 defensemen. Buffalo probably doing the same thing.
Yeah, like
I don't
get it.
But at the same point, I would like fresh legs do mean something. So let a guy go out there and what are you doing? Are you gassing Susie? Like Susie now, you're double shifting him, so he's playing every other shift. Is that what you want out of Nick Suzuki? And then he's going to play a power play, and then you expect him to excel on the power play? I mean, I get it. He's a leader. He's a captain, but he's human.
Yeah, and you're going to burn these guys out eventually if you keep it up.
And you know what? You're going to have mistakes. And what do mistakes do? They lead to goals against
That's
you.
right, because you're tired. I mean, these guys have played 2 7-game series, and they haven't been easy. They haven't been easy. A rest would be nice. And managing their time, like Lane Hudson is going to play 30 minutes a game. You got to manage his time better.
Carolina has played 8 games, and Montreal now has played 14.
There you go. And those 14 games weren't easy games mentally or physically.
Because we don't know. I mean, nobody's going to talk about injuries at this point in the playoffs. So, like, we know Anderson ran into a goalpost. Like, it's got to hurt, and it probably hurts more the next day.
For sure.
You know, so
for sure.
That's the guy, and he's been such a big contributor. That's a guy you want to take care of.
Exactly. And you just got to manage the bench really well. So let's hope Marty can can figure that one out, because
and
that's going to be important if we do get to the finals. I mean, we want a team that's able to play, not that's beat.
during that game, I definitely thought Kapanen was going to come out and take Anderson's shift.
Yeah, me too.
I really did.
And I could see Kapanen putting the puck in the net. Stone Henderson, he gets so many chances, but he doesn't put the puck in the net a lot.
2 goalposts in overtime. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
mama mia.
yikes.
But at the end of the day, I forgot to wear my work vest. I forgot. I was going to wear my work vest today, because the Habs are the hardest working team, man. They work. They work. They don't always win. Things don't always go right, but they're out there working all the time. I will say that for them. Okay, let's get.
I almost thought it was like a pinball day, because like we're in the bonus now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at the beginning of the season, I'm believing that if this team gets through the first round and plays second round Stanley Cup playoff hockey, they've achieved something. I'd be very pleased with that season. And now we're past that.
It's
so now
funny.
For me now, it's a bonus situation.
And it's funny because I'm sitting there going, we're going to beat Tampa in 6. We're going to beat Buffalo in 6. I really wasn't too worried about it. Habs have a good team. They can skate with these guys. If they went 7, okay, we still won. But my expectations were, once they get to that top 3, they're as good as anybody in the league, better than most of the people in the Eastern Division. And we're going to perform, and here we are.
Habs have a great team.
They do.
But they make it difficult on themselves.
A lot of experience.
I mean, what did we get outshot? Like 48-24 or something like that?
Whatever it was.
Like,
it don't matter.
We make it a little difficult on ourselves.
Well, shots, the shots are okay. But at the end of the day, Montreal is an opportunistic team. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile and put the puck in the net. And they do it all the time. This is the kind of team they have. It reminds me of that old Russian team that came over, and they would play, and they get outshot by Canada in '72, the Summit Series. They get outshot, and they'd somehow win the game. But every time the puck got on their stick, it went in the net. And they were playing against guys like Dryden, I think Esposito. Was that Esposito? Yeah. So this is the team, and we're looking. They're getting outshot bad. Tretiak is standing on his head like Dobish was. And when they get the puck on their stick, they're putting it in the net. And you're going, how can they be winning these games? That reminds me of Montreal. You look, 9 shots in a game, 0 shots in the second period. The scoreboard says 2-1 win. It buzzes for the last buzzer. We are a team that just takes advantage of small opportunities. They know how to do that. And they'll hang around until they get them. And we saw that. I mean, look at Newhook. Comes down, takes a beautiful shot. Leaky Luukkonen misses it. We're going to Carolina. Got Carolina on my mind.
It's amazing. And again, I mean, you saw that puck. That puck was rolling. That puck was like a knuckleball in baseball where it dipped.
A fluffer nutter.
As a goalie, you're thinking the puck is going to rise as it approaches you. And that puck is spinning and it goes below you.
It dropped.
It dropped.
Yep, it sure did. It dropped.
But at the end of the day, it's in the net. Game over. On to Carolina.
It dropped like Brad Marchand on a fake trip.
In my mind, I'm going to Carolina.
There we are. We're going to Carolina. Okay, viewer comments. Doofus Rex. Hiya, Paul and John. Hello, Doofus Rex. Thanks for yet another great episode. Gracias también por su shout out a sus amigos mexicanos, which means thank you again for the shout out from our friends that are Mexicans, our Mexican friends.
Excellent.
They get a real kick out of it, and they're eager to learn more about our wonderful game. And I'm going to tell you right now, you want to learn about hockey? You follow the Montreal Canadiens. Then you learn about what hockey is all about. So they're doing that. Thank you also for the easy trivia question. You didn't have problems with that question last week about the Adams division. I'm old enough to fondly remember the Campbell and Prince of Wales conferences with the Smythe, Patrick, Norris, and Adams Habs division. We admired that Habs' unmatched excellence and traditions, how they had a history of players so great that their nicknames were required for instant recognition: Rocket, Boom Boom, Roadrunner, Flower, and later Big Bird, Chelly, and Knuckles. And that covers a lot of them.
And we saw the Big Bird on
Yeah, we saw him bring out the torch.
Game 6.
Thanks for your passion and wisdom, guys. Thanks also for your continued indulgence. I'm so long-winded, and your unquenchable spirit of excellence and tough but fair play. Go Habs, go! And I edited some of this. It was a big, long diatribe of where Doofus Rex came from, where he ended up, how he became a Habs fan. It was a big, long story.
Wow.
Yeah, and we thank you for that, Doofus Rex. I always like to hear.
Yes, merci beaucoup.
Yeah, thank you very much. Merci, gracias. Mucho gracias. At Vince Houdon, OMG. That was quite the win last night. Buffalo showed they are a great team and have a bright future, too. I got to agree with that. I'm thinking Buffalo's going to be. I looked at Buffalo and I thought, man, this is like where Habs were a couple years ago. On the edge, playing Washington last year, getting thrown out 4-1 in that first round series. And we learned. We got better. And then playing a tough series against Tampa, we learned this team's like a bunch of sponges skating around, sucking in experience and then throwing it back out in their next series or their next game. It's amazing. We are a good team. I thought for sure we were going to lose. Oh, Vinny.
What?
Vinny.
Come on, man.
Yeah, hold your breath. Buffalo brought their A game after the first period and dominated most of the game. Well, I agree with that. Montreal dominated the first period, 2-0. And then after that, Buffalo really brought it to us. But a great team finds ways to win games they maybe shouldn't win. We broke, or we bent, but we didn't break.
You got to hang around.
If they let us hang around long enough, we will burn them.
You get the opportunity. I mean,
and Dobich played great. I mean, come on, let's face it. Dobich has just been really good.
Dobich has played
in the groove.
Over the top. His concentration level is amazing. He's really come a long way.
Oh, yeah.
This experience is unbelievable for him.
Yep. Anything can happen in the playoffs, and especially in the Game 7. Habs played better in the overtime, and such a thrill when the good guys prevail. Yeah. Go Habs, go. Bring on the Hurricanes. I can't wait. Is it Thursday yet? Not quite, Vinny. Not
Pretty
quite.
Close.
Yeah, you got another 12 hours. 11 hours and 45 minutes. And then it's Thursday. Now, my buddy who was a Buffalo fan.
You have a buddy who's a Buffalo fan?
Oh, yeah. I got 2 of them.
Really?
Well, there's more I know, but
these 2, do they live in Buffalo, or?
No, they live in, one lives in Niagara Falls, New York, Wheatfield, and the other one lives in,
I'm okay with that.
In Niagara Falls here. I was texting back and forth with him. And the next day he said, I couldn't sleep all night. I was sick. I couldn't sleep. I never got any sleep last night.
Take some Pepto-Bismol and then go to bed.
And I just said, well, geez, I'm sorry to hear that. He goes, are you really sorry? And I go, yeah.
I said Umash for 2.
Yeah, I said, yeah, because you guys got a good shot next year. You're going to be coming around. You got an up-and-coming team. At Gary Cornway, hello, gentlemen.
Bonjour, Monsieur Cornway.
Bonjour. I have a good feeling for Game 5. Oh, this was before. This was after our last video.
I got a feeling.
The Habs are in the right path in their progression. The Habs are always in the game, except Game 1 against the Sabres. I see the Habs winning Game 5. He was right. We did.
Now we
6-3, by the way. And the first time we'll make the difference. Demidov will score his first playoff goal, and I don't think he got it that game. I think he got it in the Game 6.
5 and 6, I think he scored.
5 and 6? Yeah.
I believe so.
Or did he score in Game 7? 6 and 7, I don't know. Anyway, he did get his first playoff goal. You're right, Gary. I don't know if it was in that Game 5. We'll see. My prediction comes through. Go Habs, go. Great to see the Dynamite duo back in business. That's us.
Merci beaucoup.
That's us, the Diamond duo. As for trivia, I got that one. Adams Division, 1 game at a time.
I mean, I'm looking at some notes I made. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. Loss, win, win, loss, win, loss, win. It's like a rhyming couplet.
Yeah, it's like
like poetry in motion. It's domes, right? So, I mean, that's a big point. I think as we go into this series, is Dobes is 6-0 after a loss.
absolutely.
Carolina hasn't lost, like they've won 8 games in a row.
Yeah.
Go ahead and win a game because we'll win the next one.
Yeah, well, that's about it.
That's all I'm going to say.
You beat Dobish, you might as well.
This series is going to be a little different in that respect.
Oh, yeah, Carolina hasn't played anybody good. They played the 6th and 8th place teams in the division. I mean, they went through it easy. Now they're playing a good team. They're not playing 6th or 8th. Philly and Ottawa. Ottawa barely made the playoffs, and Philly wasn't that much better. Now they're playing the real deal, and we've come off series that have been tough. So we're tough.
This is going to be a little different.
Yeah, I'm calling 6. I'm calling Montreal in 6. I'm not even worried about Carolina. We beat them 3-0 during the season or 4-0.
We beat them 3 games to none.
Yeah, 3 games to none, 7-5, 5-1, and 3-1 or something like that. I can't remember the exact scores, but yeah. And you know who was in net for those 2 of 3 games?
I'm going to guess Montembeault.
No, it was Freddie Anderson. I'm talking about Carolina.
Yeah.
No, Dobish played one of them that we won.
Did he?
Maybe 2 of them. But regardless, yeah, we can beat Carolina. And I'm thinking that, first of all, well, we'll talk about that later.
We'll get there.
Yeah, let's get to the last Doofus Rex comment here. Doofus Rex, he's great. I love him. I love Doofus Rex. Doofus Rex Adams.
He's got great... his energy is excellent.
It's excellent. Excellent. This bulletin just in from the Department of Redundancy. A new poll shows the Habs trivia section of the widely popular HABSOLUTELY podcast is so beloved, many fans would enjoy it being extended to include perhaps an easier question for novices, Neanderthals, and doofuses, and a tougher question for hardcore seasoned vets, if time allows. Here's a cheesy example.
C'est possible.
Well, I'll answer that in a second. Number 1, what was Toe Blake's actual first name?
Hector.
Or which Habs has the most Stanley Cup rings?
Henri Richard.
And number 2, which player got under Maurice Richard's skin more than any other? That's a good one.
Ted Lindsay.
I was going to say Ted Lindsay or Gordie Howe.
I'm going to say Ted Lindsay.
Okay, there you go. We don't know. We got to look that up. But that's a good question. Which player? What university awards the Danny Gallivan Scholarship every year?
McGill.
Not trying to tell you how to run your show. And
that's good. Thank you so much.
Keep up the excellent work.
Merci beaucoup.
Keep up the excellent work, please. Go Habs, go. And what I said to him is that's pretty observant because usually there is a harder piece of trivia within the easy ones. And it's just the way it goes. You get an easy one, but then there's a harder piece in there, right?
Sometimes those easy shots go in.
Yeah, and I always say...
especially if they're off a stanchion.
And I laugh because a lot of times I'll sit here and go, wow, that's a great question for a trivia question within the trivia question we're asking.
So did we get the answers on those 4 little trivia questions he gave us? Did we have the right answers?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I think you got them all. They were the easy ones.
That was the lightning round. Bing, 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 bing.
I guess they were the examples of the easy ones.
I guess.
The last one with the Adams division being named not after Jack Adams of the Red Wings, but another Adams. That's an example of a question within the question.
And that's great trivia. And that is like nice and deep and opens your mind up to the large history of this National Hockey League.
Yeah, let me ask you a difficult question about the Adams division, which you got, Doofus Rex. Was Jack Adams, not Jack Adams, what was his name? William Adams? The guy who founded the Boston Bruins? Was he related to Samuel Adams, the beer baron of beer fame?
I'm sure he was.
I don't know.
Oh.
The harder trivia is there, just not in the form of a question. Sometimes it's there, though. It's always there. And speaking of Habs trivia,
yes,
what do we have coming up right now?
Habs trivia.
Of course we do. There you go, Doofus Rex. We're going to get right into it. Thank you for the beautiful segue.
C'est bien.
Say bien way. Okay, Doofus Rex wanted a harder question for this week's trivia. You asked for it, you got it, Doofus. I'm taking you back to April 29th, 1986.
Ooh.
Okay, you got it? You know where we are?
Yeah, we won the Stanley Cup that year.
We're right in the groove there.
We're not playing the Rangers yet, correct?
I don't know. No, we're not playing the Rangers.
Not yet.
Not yet. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Division Final against the Hartford Whalers, which went into overtime, sounds familiar. The question is, who scored the overtime winner for the Habs in Game 7 on April 29th, 1986? That's the division final, and then we went in. I think we met Calgary.
I thought we played the Rangers.
We might have played them before the Hartford Whalers, but we
were playing the Rangers in May for sure.
Yeah, that with Price. Was that the one with Price where he got injured?
Price. We're talking 86?
Yeah.
Carey Price?
Yeah.
He's not playing in 1986.
Oh, there's a trivia question right there within a trivia question. Trick question, see?
Patrick Waugh is playing for the Montreal Canadiens, I think.
You got it. So, who scored that overtime winner? I'm going to give you 4 names.
Okay.
Mats Naslund.
Say pussy.
Say pussy. Larry Robinson.
The Big Bird.
Claude Lemieux. And Stéphane Richer.
Ooh.
Which one of those 4 guys scored that overtime winner in Game 7, April 29th, 1986 against the Hartford Whalers?
I don't think Larry is still playing in 86, is he? He might be. 71-ish he started. 81. He could be. He could be playing.
He probably played 20 years, didn't he? Yeah, Larry Robinson, the Big Bird.
Around. He's only 72, I think, or 3, 4. He's young.
He'd be our age.
Yeah, he's young. Yeah. He's like maybe a year older than us.
So let me give it to you again, the names, right? So who scored that goal? Mats Naslund, Larry Robinson, Claude Lemieux, or Stéphane Richer. What do you think, Vinny? Doofus, Muffin Mouse, Gary Cornwoyer, Habs for Life, all the guys who sit and watch the show and viewers. Who do you think who got that goal?
Stéphane Richer, too. He was playing in the 90s, like the early 90s, and he was like putting the puck in the net. Mats Naslund. And Larry, I think, was kind of getting old. And who was the other one?
Claude Lemieux.
Claude Lemieux. Well, he's the dark horse of the 4. But I'm going to take Mats Naslund.
Mats Naslund, man, he was a good hockey player. He scored goals.
Small guy, solid player, a leader. Was he ever a captain?
I don't think so. Not while Robinson and those guys were on.
There's a bit of trivia.
There's a trivia within a trivia.
And Naslund played, he was, what was his country of origin?
Naslund would have been like Swedish or
he
Finnish
played,
or something.
He did well in Olympic hockey as well.
Yeah, I think he was the leading scorer on the team that year, maybe on Montreal.
Could very well be in 86.
Yep.
Mats Naslund.
You're taking Mats Naslund? Okay. What do you think out there, you guys? The correct answer is Claude Lemieux.
Dark horse.
The dark horse. And what a team this was. Of course, they went on to win the Stanley Cup on the back of a kid named Patrick Waugh, who won the Conn Smythe for his performance in the playoff. Claude is the brother of Jocelyn Lemieux, former NHL forward, but is not related to Mario Lemieux. Just a couple of trivia questions there. There's a couple built right in there, Doofus.
The Lemieux.
Now, Claude Lemieux was a round 2, 26th pick, grabbed by the Habs in the 1983 entry draft. Known as an instigator, he made his NHL debut in that draft year, playing 8 games before going back down to the AHL. He never got a lot of goals in that 85-86 season. He only played 10 games until the playoffs hit. And that's where he made his mark, playing 20 games, registering 10 goals, 6 assists, which led to his full-time position in the 1986-87 season with the Habs. And his career lasted 21 seasons in the NHL, 5 with the Habs.
Oh, and Beck, where are you?
Yeah. Known as a tough-as-nails instigator, one of the greatest playoff performers of all time, and has won Stanley Cups with 3 different teams. I think he won 4 Stanley Cups. He was a force on the ice. He played in 234 playoff games, fourth most ever in the NHL. On 3 occasions, he scored more goals in the playoffs than he did in the regular season.
That's when you need him.
That's when you need him.
Tough cookie.
Yeah, he was also named one of the NHL's most hated and dirty players.
Tough cookie. Who does that sound like, Brad Marchand?
And he was ranked second to Sean Avery as the most hated player in the NHL of all time. In one game against the Calgary Flames in the playoffs, he bit Jim Pepelinski's on the finger during a scuffle, prompting Pepelinski to say,
"Ouch!
I didn't know that NHL allowed cannibalism."
Oh, Mike Tyson, eat your heart out.
Now, his play was hated, but his awards considerable. 4 Stanley Cups, Conn Smythe winner, got Guy Lafleur Trophy in his junior years, Quebec Major Junior Hockey League Hall of Fame, and his 9th all-time in Stanley Cup playoff goals with 80.
So he won 4 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
2 with the Habs, I guess, and 2 with the Avalanche.
He played with the Avalanche. He played New Jersey Devils. Yeah, he was in a couple different teams.
I think so, yeah.
But he won.
I'm pretty sure he won with the Avalanche.
Yeah, he was 5 years with Montreal, so I don't know if he got a second one with that. He might have won.
Probably didn't.
He might have won a couple with Colorado, or at least one.
That could happen.
When Patrick Waugh was on the team, because they won a couple, and then I think New Jersey won one somewhere in there way back when they had Brodeur and everybody. A couple of factoids. Here's some trivia that you want there, Doofus Rex. Coach of that Stanley Cup winning season in 85-86 was Doofus Rex. You want a hard one? Here you go. Jean Perron with assistant coach Jacques Laperriere. Some notable teammates that year. Get this lineup. Mats Naslund, Bobby Smith. You remember we got him from the Minnesota North Stars. Prolific scorer. Larry Robinson, Shel Dahlin. Remember Shel Dahlin? Guy Carbonneau, Walter Gainey, Ryan Walter, Bob Gainey, Mario Tremblay.
Number 24.
Was a coach. He ended up coaching Montreal.
Tough cookie as well.
Stéphane Richer, Knuckles Nyland, Torchbearer for one of our games. Peter Svoboda, Serge Bomesso, Craig Ludwig, Shane Corson, and Doug Sotart, who play goal. Steve Penny, who play goal. And, of course, rookie sensation.
That's right.
Goaltending sensation Patrick Waugh stole the show, winning the Stanley Cup and the Conn Smythe as playoff MVP. So there you go. I hope that was a lot of trivia for everybody in there, but that's what I mean. During our trivia question, there's always a lot more in there. I could do 10 shows with just what was in that.
So much history.
So much history. So many good times for the Montreal Canadiens. Okay, Johnny boy, I hope you enjoyed that, Doofus Rex, and thank you guys for tuning in and giving us your comments and answering the questions and seeing if you can know the Habs trivia. Past week with the Habs. Let's get into it. Game 5 in Buffalo. We won it 6-3. A tale of 2 hockey games. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. First 30 minutes were all Lindy Ruff's game. He got all the matchups he wanted from the puck drop, hemming in the Habs in their zone for long periods, forcing our first line to play their whole shift in the D zone to the point where Caulfield coughed up a puck, which resulted in a Sabres goal. Sabres came out flying. Much expected. Marty didn't seem to have an answer, but the Sabres were only up 3-2. Then everything changed at around the 10-minute mark of the second period. All of a sudden, Marty was getting his matchups on the ice. Dobish was on the verge of sitting the final 20 minutes. It was a question of whether we were going to pull him after 3 goals on.
It was wacky for both ends.
It was.
The puck was going in on every other shot,
and they never looked back. So the ice tilted the Habs' way. They never looked back with 4 unanswered goals to drop the Sabres 6-3. The total team effort. Worst of times to the best of times.
Game 5 and 6 were not that different, really.
No,
Not that
no,
much different.
they're a lot alike. 3-2 series lead going back to Habs land to finish off the Sabres. Caulfield got a goal, his fourth. Texier got a goal, his third. Anderson got a goal, his third. Evans got a goal, his first. And Suzuki got his fourth.
Get a goal.
Demidov got his first.
Yeah, did Newhook score that game?
No. It's one of the games he didn't score.
What was the game? He scored a goal when he was it was an empty net goal, and they he got hooked at the very end of the play. And then
they gave it to him. Is that in Tampa? Might have been in Tampa. So here we go. I mean, so we go back. Demidov had one finally with a smile from ear to ear. The whole team celebrating it, of course, because he's been snake bitten. But it could be the start of a nice run of goals for Demidov. Our first line accounted for 7 points that game. So they stepped up. They're back in a big way. Look out in Game 6. Dobish managed the 9-17, facing 20 shots in the third period, a real wall. And that was a crazy game, John.
Yes.
Back and forth. But it looked to me like the Tampa Bay games were paying huge dividends. And MSL learned the hard way how to take over a game and lock it down by juggling his lines, because we were toughing it out the first 30 minutes of that game, first period and 10 minutes in the second.
It was just a crazy game. Every puck was going in.
Yeah, it was nuts. And the big decision was whether we get Dobish out of there or not.
Should we take Dobes out? And they said no.
Well, I heard that they got a call from the guy who's his coach from Laval, Maurice. What's his name?
Coach?
Yeah, what's his name? Marciano or something? Marciano or whatever his name is.
Yep.
But they asked him what he thought, and he said, no, this kid, don't worry about it. He can handle it. And that's why Marty left him in. But I got a feeling that if one more goal went in, Dobish would have been sitting with Fowler coming in just to give the kid a rest.
It definitely was. It definitely was a point where you had to consider it.
But, I was really happy for him because he was roughing it out there for a little while, and the team stepped up. The team stepped up and backed him up like he's done so many times for the team. That's culture. And when you see people crowding around a guy like Demidov with a big smile on their face, Cole Caulfield jumped up in the air 5 feet, and he didn't even score. He was so happy for these guys.
Everybody's excited about everybody's play, and they continue to support and lift everyone up.
Yeah, they really do, huh? They really, really do.
That's the one thing that this team has that maybe no other team right now has as much of in the National Hockey League. And that is that they are not only all having fun, but they all love being on the rink, on the ice with each other.
They really do.
Win or lose.
Yeah, they don't care.
And that's what we see,
They love celebrating guys like Demidov who have been trying so hard and playing so well and just can't get it in the net. They love it when he does. They celebrate it like they just scored.
Well, everybody knows everybody's putting it all out. Everybody's trying as hard as they can.
He got the Wolf hat that game.
The shot opportunities are all there. If you play well, you'll be rewarded. That's what we're speaking to.
Yeah, and that's fantastic. And our first line getting 7 points. So going back to Habs land, I figured Game 6. This should be a no-brainer. We're gonna win this in 6, and that's the end of that. Well,
one loss, 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 one.
There you go. We go back to Habs land, and I'm sitting there watching 3 goals, 3-1. Hey, we're on our way here. This is it. Those Sabres are going to be dispatched back to the chicken wing capital of the world.
We're on our way at home.
We're on our way. And you know what? What was and what could never be. Pretty simple game, really. The elimination game is always the hardest to win. Buffalo comes out flying, gets 132 seconds in, but Habs come back, battle back to take a 3-1 lead. Power play goal by Buffalo makes it 3-2 going into the second on goals by Jackeye. He got his first. Everybody was really happy about that. And he actually played more than 1 minute that game.
Got a goal in 9 minutes. Was that
I think he probably got 4 or 5 minutes. I don't know. especially after they started lighting it up.
Unbelievable.
Demidov got his second, and Evans got his second of the season or of the playoffs. So when they woke up, then the Habs went for a little nap. And when they woke up and the buzzer went, Sabres trounced them 8-3.
Wow.
7 unanswered goals. On to game 7. They woke up and they're going to game 7. I don't know, John. What do you think about this one? They did get Dobish out of there and put Fowler in for the last little while.
I mean, that was a good idea just to give Dobish some rest.
Yeah, basically. Really. I mean,
you know, tell the team, hey, we're not going to crucify him. We've lost this game. Dobish is going to have a break. Got one more game to play. Let's get ready.
So then we lost that one. Forget about it. No use even talking much about it. It wasn't a very good performance by the Habs at home in front of fans who were waiting to blow the roof off the Bell Center. So they go over to Buffalo. Let's go back to Buffalo. I mean, Habs, you know, we win on the road. We beat them twice on the road. We beat Tampa on the road. Our road record during the season was second in the NHL. We're going to go on the road, win this one. So they reshuffle off to Buffalo. Lindy Ruff pulled out all the stops for the Sabres in this one. He had the team sleeping in a hotel in Buffalo so he could simulate a road game.
I mean, seriously, bed bugs? I'd be cautious of that, okay?
So it almost worked, except for one small detail.
What was that?
Newhook, the Noof. He forgot about Newhook, the Noof, our leading goal scorer. Finally, Habs opened the scoring in this one with Gooley banking one off the no skate. I saw them crying about that one. Lindy had that look on his face. And added another one on a Supremo no-look pass from Suzuki. Did you see that pass to Bolduc?
Crazy.
How the heck? I don't know how he did that, but Bolduc was standing there alone, and he just rifled it. I mean, this kid can score if he gets the puck on his stick. So Habs played a whale of a game in the first period, with Dobish taking care of business in the nets. The Sabres would have none of that, taking over the second and third periods, and responded with 2 goals of their own. This game was the game that create vivid nightmares, heart attacks, and makes you want to close your eyes during the game. Habs bent, but they didn't break. Caulfield and Anderson having several chances to put this game to bed, but they couldn't, and overtime was the destiny.
For sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
Much like the limousine going down the main street in Dallas. And the Zapruder film. 11:22 into overtime. An innocent-looking breakout pass from Carrier to Newhook. A partially screenshot from Newhook found its way through leaky Lehkonen, and that was that. Another Habs Game 7 win, another series in the books, another series to talk about, and another series about to start. The cardiac kids strike again. John, I held my breath for I don't know how many minutes with this one, but when the Habs came out in overtime, it was all business. They really did have a great overtime, and you just felt it was only a matter of time before that puck goes in the net. Dobish made a couple of great saves, and
in overtime, it's anybody's game.
Anybody's game.
You hit 2 posts, you're going, great opportunities, but it's like horseshoes. Key to the game, Philippe Deneau treats Alexander Newhook
to a pizza,
to a drink.
Oh, to a drink,
to a coffee.
Oh,
he's done this before in the playoffs, and Newhook scores when he does it. He only does it on the road, only for road games. So in the 7th game in Buffalo on the road, Philippe Deneau buys Alexander Newhook a drink.
What kind of coffee?
That'd be Starbucks.
Was it Starbucks?
I believe it was Starbucks.
Okay.
So, you know, that's how we know, because we can see on the label, on the cup,
It was green.
it was Philippe Deneau that bought the drink that Newhook is carrying.
because they rate it.
That's
Yes.
right. It spits out that way. So instead of like putting your players in a hotel in beds that they've never slept in before, where they should be sleeping in their own bed at home, go and find the Starbucks where Montreal shops and don't let them in.
Yeah.
Hello, Lindy Ruff. You blew it. That's the takeaway from Game 7, okay?
Did
Boom.
Did Deneau put anything in there? A little bit of something? Or?
Boom. A little bit of caffeine. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's an interesting story now. I think that's a tradition. I thought his pizza was a tradition.
That's a tradition as well. But you know, in Carolina, first game, that Philippe Deneau is going to be buying Alexander Newhook coffee pre-game. That's going to happen without a doubt.
So here we are. We're going to Carolina.
My one question, though,
I have a good question.
This is a question for you.
Okay.
Is Alexander Newhook the new Cole Caulfield?
No. I don't. I just don't think he's quite up to Caulfield. Now, I mean, you know, you got to understand with Caulfield that he is a 51 goal scorer. So where do you think the opposition is going to focus a lot of their energy? They're going to look at him much like we look at Tage Thompson or any of these other guys or Kucherov, and they're going to try to shut him down. And because of his size, he's maybe a little bit easier to shut down than a Kucherov or a Tage Thompson. But at the end of the day, our first line has really, really been shut down. We had the 7-point game, but you look at Slafkovsky, 3 goals. He opened with a hat trick.
He had a great first game,
but he's done nothing since.
He won that game for us.
Yeah,
without a doubt. Here's what I'm going to say.
So I don't think
the first, like in the histoire of Le Bleu Blanc et Rouge, the first guy to score 50 goals was a guy named Rocket Richard.
Yes.
And in the playoffs, after Rocket scored his 50 goals, he still delivered.
Yes.
Boom Boom Jeffrion, the same thing. Guy Lafleur, Steve Shutt.
The same thing.
The same thing. That's what we're missing now. So, Cole, I know it's your first time scoring 50. I wish you all the best to have many more 50-goal seasons. But if you score 50 goals in the season, you've got to put the puck in the net in the playoffs.
Yeah, we have 14 games, and he's got, 2 or 3 goals?
You've got to be putting the puck in the playoffs. We've got to count on you for maybe 3 of the 4 wins to be contributing production-wise. So that's what I'm going to say. Now,
he's got to find a way.
You brought up a good point that this first line is struggling. So, Marty St. Louis, what are you going to do? Are you going to change the lineup? There is conjecture out there already that a guy who handles the puck offensively like Lane Hudson should be moved to the first line.
On forward.
The guy who plays forward, who handles the puck like Lane Hudson, should be moved to the first line.
Well, I've heard that, and I've also heard the move Demidov up and move Slafkovsky down.
That's what I'm talking. Move Demidov into the first line because of his playmaking skill, and he might be able to contribute to setting up CC in a much better way. Yeah,
and it's just one of those things. That you got to get the matchups that you want, and when we see a coach like John Cooper, he was getting the matchups he wanted in Tampa because he would put a certain bunch of players out in the ice, take the face off, and as soon as they got control, another set of forwards would jump on the ice to get the matchups he wanted. And I think Marty is trying to do that a little bit more, but he's got a hard head. And we saw that with Montembeault during the year, trying to make him number one. He believes in his players, and he has a hard time changing on the fly, and that's a big problem. when it comes down to games, especially like Carolina, if they get the matchups they want, well, that never works out in our favor. We need the matchups we want, and that takes a little bit of creativity from our coach. And I'm not saying Marty can't get there, but what I'm saying is that he might not be there just yet. So we're lucky we have secondary scoring. We have other guys who could put on the net. We put it in the net. We have a lot of depth on Montreal.
We're lucky we have a guy named Alexander Newhook who has stepped up in a major way. We're lucky we've got a guy named Josh Anderson who's playing lights out right now.
Yeah, and
we got this guy named Noah Dobson who's contributing amazingly in the back end as well as Carriere.
Yeah, and
they're really supporting this team.
And these guys. So, I think we're just going to get better at this. I really do think we're going to get better. But I agree that line hasn't been working. Slavkovsky hasn't been working out. He may have to go to another line and bring up Demidov. I'd like to see that. That would be very, very good. But Marty's going to have to start getting a little bit creative because, these other guys, like Rod Brindamore is a hell of a coach. And so is Paul Maurice, and so is John Cooper, and so is Lindy Ruff. So you're going to have to really, really work this team, be creative to get what you need out of it. And we'll see if Marty can do it. I think he can.
I think Slab's got to. Somebody's got to sit down and talk to Slab. He's got to dial it back just a notch. He's sometimes trying to be a little too fancy with those backhanded passes, et cetera, et cetera. Let's get back to basics. Get in front of that net because you're the big man out there.
That's right.
Screen that goaltender. Create havoc. Draw a defenseman in front of that goalie. And get your deflections.
Yeah.
Get your deflections. Get the puck on net. Attract more players to you. Open it up for the D to shoot from the blue line and get your deflections.
Yeah, he's been, I watch these guys and, they get in a beautiful position to shoot and then they try to make a pass. My thing to them would be shoot the puck. I mean, Slavkovsky's got a great shot. He can beat anybody. Demidov's got a great shot. He can beat anybody. Caulfield's got a great shot. Suzuki's got a great shot. Even Kapanen's got a great shot. Newhook. I mean, we have to shoot more on net. We shouldn't be walking out of games with 20 shots. We should have 30 to 40 shots a game. We get the opportunities. We've got to take them. And these, like you say, these back passes, these fancy passes. No, get the puck on net. And don't miss the net and send it back the other way on a 2-on-1. Get the puck on net.
Those times will come. Don't rush it. This is what you're gathering now. It's playoff experience. Those times are going to come. In 3-4 years' time, those backhand passes, they're going to be so natural, people won't even realize what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to come. Don't rush it.
But our first line does have to step up. I mean, Caulfield does have to start putting the puck in the net. And the sad part about Caulfield is we're sitting here saying that, but he gets a couple, 3 good chances. He was standing right in front of the net last game, and he couldn't put it in. Wide open by himself. And he couldn't put it in. And he got another really good shot on net, too. He had 2 or 3 or 4 that night. So he's got to just get that puck in the net. I mean, we know he can do it. We've seen him.
Lulu played a great game for Buffalo.
Yeah,
he really did.
Leaky Luukkonen. That's what they call him.
He played a great game. He really did. That's the game they're going to be expecting him to play over his next 5-8 years for Buffalo.
Well, he's the guy because Lyon is 33 or 34 years old.
He's ready to take a hike.
And Levi wants out. He said, I want over to Buffalo.
Now, the other thing is, I think the big concern going into this series with Carolina is their second line is lighting it up.
Yes.
Okay, they've got like 15 points in the last 2 series or something like that. Or they got 15 points one series, 16 points the other series. Like, they're big time contributing to the success of Carolina. So, what are we going to do for a second line? Are we going to try to have a second line come out there and play goal to goal against Carolina line, or are we going to put a checking line? Are we going to put like the Deneau line, let's say, on the Carolina second line? That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, Marty's got to come up with something. But I sure don't want him to start the first line every game because every time they start the game, They go down to score within a minute. Yeah, we need to have to know that line out there for face-offs when we start the game. Get them to get the puck and then make the change to the first line. You know, Marty's got to get away from this Suzuki line starting the game. Every time it ends up with a goal within the first minute.
Exactly, and we need a great start to this first game. Because we saw what happened with the Buffalo first game. I really want to win this first game because it could go 7, and then it's win-loss, 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 win.
Yeah, there you go.
So we need that first game.
I think we're going to go out, and Marty's got to send these guys out and say, listen, these guys have been sitting for 2 weeks almost. We're going to have the legs. We've been playing. Now you got to go out there, and you got to just hammer these guys. Fire the puck at the net. These guys haven't played. You should be able to outskate them. Their goaltender, Anderson, he's not that good. We've beat him. He looked good with Boston, or not Boston, Ottawa and Philadelphia, but he's not that good.
And the other thing with this team is they have an amazing PK. Their PK is lighting it up.
Yeah.
So we cannot rely on our PP necessarily to be contributing as often as they have over the last series.
Right on. So people are saying Carolina's going to beat the Habs in 4. That's a bunch of baloney. That isn't going to happen. Forget about that. We're not going to be their huckleberries.
Who's saying
like
that?
Ottawa and Philadelphia. A lot of people.
Come on, man.
A lot of people. Probably mostly Buffalo fans.
You know what? You know what I'm hearing, surprisingly, and this blows my mind. I don't know how many blue and white fans are cheering the Habs. I can't believe it. I've never seen anything like it in all my life.
Oh, they're the elbows up crowd.
What? I guess. I mean,
they're the elbows up crowd.
Come on, man.
They won't even go over the border.
Listen, do you?
They're not cheering for
the American
team.
Are they your hockey team or not? Like, I would never cheer against Montreal.
Never.
Like, if let's say Montreal was out of the playoffs, I think I would be out of the playoffs too. I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be cheering for.
I wouldn't be watching, and I definitely wouldn't be cheering for them.
Yeah,
because I don't want them to ever win a Stanley Cup again.
My season ends. When Montreal's season ends.
I want the Maple Leafs to be in the American Hockey League.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
They might end up there.
I don't want them. They don't deserve to be in the NHL. Come on, man.
But yeah, and I'm going no. We're not going to be the Huckleberries like Ottawa and Philly are. This is going to be a good series. Habs in 6. That's my prediction. Habs in 6.
To me, like I say, we're in the lightning round, the bonus round. So make the most of it.
Yep.
Like take a shot.
I'm gonna say 4-1. Montreal wins the first game.
Take a shot. I think Montreal has to really come out and light it up, and they got to play like they are the best team in the NHL.
4-1. First game, my prediction.
Don't even think about it. Just go out there and say, you know what? We played this team 3 times and we beat them 3 times, and you know what? We're going to beat them again. Let's go do it.
And Freddie Anderson's
Let's take care of business.
They got Aho. That's the guy you got to worry about. He's the guy who lights everything up. But other than that, I mean, I'm not worried about Carolina. I really am not worried about Carolina. Maybe I should be. I'm really not. I was worried more about Tampa than Carolina, to be honest with you. I don't care what their record is. I don't care if they won 8 in a row. I don't give a darn. It doesn't matter to me. I think we can take them, and we're going to 4-1 first game. That's my prediction, and then we'll see what happens after that. La troisième étoile de la semaine dernière. And I took number 1, Newhook. Newhook, the Noof, overtime goal scorer and goal leader on the Habs so far in the playoffs. Tied for 3rd in playoff goals with the likes of McKinnon and Marner. Woohoo! Yeah, what a pleasant surprise this guy turned out to be in the playoffs. My second star, Jakub Dobiš. And do I really have to say why? Seriously. And it was tough for me to figure out if Dobiš should be first or second. But Newhook the Noof, come on, you got to love it. And just an amazing performance through 2 tough 7-game series. The kid is the coolest real deal since Patrick Waugh.
He's like the Chicoutimi cucumber.
Yeah.
Okay, Doofus Rex? Who was that?
Yeah, the Chicoutimi cucumber.
Who was that, Doofus?
The CC.
The CC of his time.
CC of his time. Number 3, Lane Hudson, logging an average of 26 minutes a game with 2 goals, 12 assists in 14 games, a point a game, 7th in playoff scoring in the NHL, a defenseman, 7th in playoff scoring in the NHL, 1 point ahead of Nathan McKinnon. Once again, do I have to say any more? Do I have to say any more about this? Where would the Habs be without this kid? I cannot imagine. Those are my 3 stars for the week, and we'll have some new ones next week. We'll see who steps up for this series. That's going to happen tomorrow, Saturday, Monday, and then Wednesday night. But we'll be back for the Wednesday show before that happens. So, John, your 3 stars.
I mean, what can we say? I think basically last week, Newhook and Dobes were everybody's top 2 stars.
Yeah.
Really. So you know how you just said who's going to be the next 3 stars or whatever. Like, I think like these guys are on a roll. I don't think like it seems like it's not changing. Like, who would have thought a week ago we'd be sitting here now saying that Newhook is still the first star? Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. It is. It really is. But how can you not name him that?
But he, deservedly so.
Yeah.
Because he is leading by example. He wants to wear that wolf hat.
And who is the wolf hat?
He wants that wolf hat. He's like Philippe Deneau, you bought me a coffee? I'm wearing the wolf hat tonight. And
then you got to say Dobish. I mean, what is he, number 1 or 2? You can flip those 2. I mean, how important are both of them?
I was watching some footage. I think it was last game, and it was during a whistle, and I think they came out to clean the ice around his crease. And Dobes is standing there, and he's doing his mime routine. He's doing his, Marceau, and he's doing all the things, and he's totally in this zone. And these guys are scraping the ice right around the crease. It's like, wow.
I love what he said.
He's so locked in.
I liked what he said when they asked him about the overtime. Were you getting tired of it? He goes, "Oh no, I could play another 40 minutes." He goes, This is what I do. I love it. I can play another 40 minutes.
He is so out. Well, and that's the whole thing. That these guys are so enthusiastic about what they're doing.
Oh, unbelievable.
They love what they're doing. They love the success. They love the camaraderie. They love being around each other. They love cheering each other on. It's fantastic.
It really is fantastic to watch. And you know what? For the last two years, we've been talking about, well, not me as much, but you have been talking about culture and about getting this team together to be as one. The culture on the Montreal Canadiens, picking up players that may not fit in with the culture. And look at what we're looking at right now.
And, I like a few minutes ago, I spoke about how Canada as a whole and many other cities in the United States as well are embracing the Montreal Canadiens. Go to a game in Calgary, and you might get close to 50% of the people wearing a sweater like this.
Yes.
Buffalo, you have 40% of the crowd wearing red sweaters.
In Ottawa, 60%.
You went to Montreal, all you could find was a red sweater. There were no white sweaters. There were no blue sweaters. There were no black sweaters.
There was no buffalo sweaters.
And think about that. Just think about that. If you go to Buffalo, if you're a Buffalo fan, you go to the game, what sweater do you take? You take the black one? You take the white one? You take the blue one? It's confusing. But this one, everybody knows. Everybody knows this sweater. Worldwide. Like, we're talking Europe. We're talking Congo.
Russia.
We're talking everywhere.
Venezuela.
This sweater is the sweater that's best known representing hockey. No doubt about it in my mind. No doubt about it in anybody's mind that loves hockey. So the passion for the Canadiens is just through the roof.
It's like the Yankee pinstripes.
just through, or when MJ was at his height, you saw a Chicago Bull uniform everywhere.
Yeah,
You
right
know,
on.
and so now, but with the Habs, it's lasted. Like this team in of all sports probably has the most recognizable uniform, which is fabulous because they didn't change it like so many other teams started mucking about with their uniform. You know, I love it that people in Canada are now acknowledging this team because they're starting to realize these guys like being together. It's not like, oh, the guys up the street, they got to go play golf, and he's moving back to the States to play golf, and this guy's going here, and that guy doesn't talk to that guy. This doesn't happen in Montreal. These guys, you know what? If the series ended today, if it had ended like a few days ago, I think Lane Hudson and Demi Doff would be trying to figure out when can they start playing 3-on-3 hockey in Montreal.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? After this playoff is over and we win the Stanley Cup, the same thing is still going to be happening. Demi Doff and Hudson, they're going to be on the phone going, are we playing 3-on-3? Which team are you playing on? I want to be on that team. That's what's going to be happening. Well, that's the difference.
You know what's really funny is when you say that, is that every announcer I listen to, I said, how can you not like these guys? How they interviewed Adobish. How can you not like this kid? Newhook. How can you not like this guy? Caulfield. It goes on and on. How can you not like this team? And that's culture, man.
With 3 stars, I know I kind of passed it over a bit, but Mike Matheson played a brilliant Game 7, made some very intelligent moves, was very supportive of that whole team. And when he was being interviewed, a guy named Philip Deneau, who scored the first goal, brought him a slice of pizza. Here, Mike. Here's a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. The other team, the goaltender's whipping his helmet at
Lindy Ruff.
At Lindy Ruff, exactly. Why didn't you play me earlier? He's throwing his helmet. Come on.
Okay. And on that note, we got to get out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to go to the channel, Paul Lemire 4973. Subscribe. It helps the algorithm. It helps us get this show out there. Leave a thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like the show. That's fine.
Make comments.
Leave comments like Doofus Rex and Gary Cornwoy and Vinny Houdon and Muffin Mouse and Habs for Life and Whiskey
and on and on. And have a great game on Thursday night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Wishing you all a great game.
Yes, let's go Habs, go. We're tuned in tomorrow. I don't move. I'm watching that game. Nobody talks. Nobody moves when that game's on the TV. My name is Paul K. Lemire.
Je suis Jean-Louis Filion.
We'll see you next week on HABSOLUTELY, live from the studios of 4680Q, downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, where I can hear the falls, but a little bit further away, I can hear Lindy Ruff still crying in his beer and chicken wings. See you, Lindy. See you next year. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate your support. Have a good one.
Ciao, ciao.